Okay, I'm going to start it with this clip, this whole video real quick. This just shows you the vehicle and the electrical diagram. And we may have, I think this was the final. And so you can stop it and zoom in where you need to and stuff, I'm pretty sure. Here's the generator supply diagram. Let me get that this guy out of the way. And you can again stop it, I think, and zoom in on it. And then over here is the 12-volt battery layout. And you can again stop it and zoom in on it. Okay. Alright, we're just gonna show you a build out on I've done 3 build outs so far. This is my 3rd one. The first 2 were done with marine deep shore batteries, deep cycle. Works great, but they only last so long, right? You gotta replace those, they're expensive. We did this one with a generator. I wanna show you the entire build out though on this as best as I can. I wasn't there for a lot of it. I wasn't able to film a lot of it. My son Luke, who's filming for me right now behind the camera, he was there for part of it. I got diagrams. I'm going to explain this as very best as I can because I don't see this being done on anybody's videos, and this is a big deal. So follow me around. This is a 2007 Ford E350. It was a transportation van. It already had the turtle top on it. We gutted it. It was loaded with a wheelchair ramp and seats. We completely gutted it. That was the first thing we did. Now I'm going to walk you around here. Around on this side, these are vents for the generator. We'll get back to that in just a minute. I want to walk you all the way around here. That's a water fill. That's a water fill for my tank, but let's keep walking. Over here is my marine shore. Okay, I call this a marine shore. It's just access to people's electricity to their home. You want one of these always on your mobile. You've got to have at least 2 forms of electric, always. So you run into complications. This I'm going to put a link in. My other son Seth is going to show me how to do that. I got a perfect link to put one of these in. I've done them. It's not a big issue, but I don't have it videoed. So the link I'm going to send you though is perfect for this. So let's walk around on over here. I'm going to show you inside. Come on this way, Luke. We're going to start up here in the front, inside. Keep following me, Luke. First thing I want to show you in here is our flooring. Because on the flooring, like I said, we had to pull everything up. We had to fill any grooves with it with like a mud or something like that. You'll figure that out because I really couldn't tell you what we used anymore. But we used a lot of caulk. And save yourself, use caulk. Caulk. Freaking waterproof caulk. Do not go buy all them sealants, all that other crap that costs you out the yin-yang. You think you're going to save a minute in money. You're not. It costs me a lot more with that kind of stuff. I already knew to use caulk. I should have stuck with it. The best way to lay out your floor, and I'm going to put a link in for that too because I actually videotaped that part, but I don't know how to get it in here yet. Just to cut your flooring out, to cut your tile out, the linoleum, best way to do it. Lay down and tape together paper bags, brown paper bags, tape them all together. Get your layout and then cut your line out all around where you want to cut your linoleum. And then you use that as your format, your, what do they call that? Like a format for the linoleum cutout. Cut all your linoleum out, get that laid. Use caulk. Underneath of this linoleum, we put down what's called Luan board. You'll want that underneath of it. It's an absorbent board. It can take a lot of pressure. It's made for this. So put that underneath of your linoleum, then lay your linoleum and just caulk it and trial it out. That's all you got to do on top of that Luan. And then throw your linoleum on top of that and then press it down, seal it. You want to hold it real good. I'm going to start out with the electric because that's where you got to start, right? All of our electric is built into the walls. So what you're looking at here, these are 12-volt lights. I push them on with a button. They do use my 12-volt battery system. Okay, I got that. They're all done with speaker wires. Everything is speaker wires here with the 12-volt. We run it all behind the walls. This already came with my vehicles, the speaker. So there's my lighting system. I got 4 of those so far. And I'm going to take you on a separate video, walk through my whole mobile and everything I got on it. But right now I just want to show you this build out. So we ran those. Okay, hang on. This is one of my deals here. Come on back here, Luke. What I got connected to that, here's my 12-volt battery system. All that this is right now is a 12-volt battery. It's just like a car battery. It's not strong enough. I'm going to replace that with a marine, deep cycle marine battery. They cost a little bit more. It's totally worth it though. It's totally worth it because you get longer lifespan out of them, longer duration every time you use it. What's connected to this, you're going to see, is I've got a charging system. This is just a little charger that I bought from Amazon. Just a single charger. It's plugged into my electric so that I'm constantly charging these batteries anytime I'm plugged into electric. If I'm not, like I said, I run out of battery usage. So then I got to change my connection over to my generator if I'm using my generator, which I'll show you next. Okay, so this is a diagram my brother put together. See how close you can get up on that, Luke, and see if it gets good. Is that good? So here's the tri-charger. I don't even know where that's at in here, to be honest with you. It's somewhere though, we'll find it. Oh, it's inside of this box. Okay, so that trickle charger, that's a trickle charger. Let me show you what we've done. In here, I'm going to take you step by step here. I don't know what that is. This is my trickle charger right there. And I've got that plugged in to that 12-volt battery. 12-volt battery is connected to that. Let's see. So this comes around and it plugs into my electrical cord over here that plugs into my electric for my home, which is your marine shore, I'm going to call it. Then the charger itself comes all the way around. That's something else. That's a different charger for my generator battery. Anyway, we ran the cord through and then probably had to cut the lines or something like that. But this is a diagram, and this is as good as I can get this. And so these fuses he put in for the 12-volt system. Okay, so I've got literally a fan override in case I start using too much juice off my 12-volt, it'll start shutting stuff down, or if it blows it, I'll know. And so here's for my, he's got them labeled for me too. Oops. He's got them labeled for my side lights. That would be those ones I just showed you that I turn on and off. My driving lights, I don't know anything about that. Actually, I don't. And then my fan override for that little, oh, I also have a little 12-volt fan in here connected to that right here. And like I said, all we did was we took the wire that came with the fan, ran it up through the wall, brought it on down around, and connected that to the 12-volt battery. So there's your 12-volt battery system. I'm pretty sure that'll cover it. You got a good look at that, right, Luke?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's move on then to the generator. And let me find the generator. Here's the generator. Go ahead and take a good look at that, Luke. So I did put a generator on board. This, by the way, is a 6,500 watt generator. Sorry.
Keep talking.
Yeah, so hopefully that showed you all the ways that he ran it. This is the generator that I got. It's the quietest generator that I could find on the market. Still give me the strength that I needed. And I'm going to tell you, the big thing about a generator being on board, you just got to get circulation to it. That's all. It's got to have enough air to it. That's it. You could put a generator on board your mobile. Get enough air to it. So, I'm showing you what we're doing here because I want to save you the time and the energy that we spent. A lot. Upsizing, upgrading, changing it up to get enough circulation in there. So, here's my generator. And with my generator, that holds. So my generator, it also has a battery inside of it. And as long as I shut my generator off every day at the end of my day, I'm not going to burn that battery out. But if I did, I've got a charger for that battery also. So it's real easy for me to get to. And then I can plug that into my electric also if I need to, run an extension to it. But I really don't want to. So off of this, we took, all right, over here, Luke. Over here. This is the box. He literally had to, how did he do this? I don't know how he did it all. Okay, yeah I do, because we're gonna get into the air conditioner too. So the generator box itself, this is a line for the air conditioner. Okay, this is my fuse box. This is the box, the circuit box, sorry, circuit breaker box. And this goes for my generator, specifically my generator. This line, the 30 amp line, is designed, and that's run with a 10-3 braided 10-3. Do it, because that'll give you the supply power you need, the energy power you need to run your air conditioner. So because I've got a powerful enough generator, I can run my AC and my high velocity dryer at the same time, no problem, for as long as I need to, as long as I want to. So that'll work. This is the circuit. He's got it turned upside down, that's all. Everything's on though. This shows off, but it's actually on. He's got it turned upside down. This is for my AC, and this is for everything else that my generator runs on. And I only use my generator if I'm not using their electric, right? Their Shore Electric. So that's that. He ran a 10, this big braid, this huge electrical cord, goes straight down through this wall into my generator. We built this box for this. All right, so here's my cords. These are my little wires coming from these don't look like speaker wires, but everything we ran from this box is from that box, the battery box. But these look like they came from the battery. I'm doing the very best I can do here, folks. The very best I can do. I was not here for this entire build out. It took a year because my brother's got things he does too. So it was just too hard for me to be here for all of it. Okay, so let's follow this around. All these cords. One of these goes all the way through this roof, okay? And it took a lot for us to get it to run it over to this AC. This is a Houghton AC. Actually, yeah, it's Houghton. But I had to deal with Rec Pro for this. I'm here to tell you, kudos to Rec Pro, man. They handled their end of the bargain big time. They sent me wrong stuff. They fixed it. Everything, snappity snap, didn't cost me anything extra. This is a 15,000, I think, BTU. It's a pretty strong model, but it's amazing because I can use it as well as my high velocity dryer, and this thing keeps everything cool. Okay, so did that take care of the electric? I'm not even sure. Come on back here, Lou. We're gonna get into this generator real quick. So the generator, like I said, we've got a power supply leading directly into the generator. Okay, that's for the AC. It's got its own supply. That's for my air conditioner. It's got its own cord. That's that 10-3 braided wire. You want to use that going all the way into here. Okay, and then it also, I don't really know. I'm doing my very best here. Did you look? You better have an electrician on board or something like that to help you. This is my propane line because this feeds propane and gasoline. I'd rather use propane. It's more efficient and it's cleaner. And then this is just an extra power cord coming out of my generator. And if there's anything plugged into it, there's something plugged into it. Let's see what's plugged into it. Oh, the fan. So that exhaust fan, this is an exhaust fan, and this is strictly a vent. But I get enough now through this. You want to keep everything low so that it can come through, flow low. We went a little high on this. It's okay. It still works. Thank goodness. But it really helps to stay low on all your on your venting system, because that way to bring that flow down low. We sealed the box up real good too. This has got a CO2 sensor on it if the CO2 gets too high, which it was before we vented it properly. Now that it's vented properly, I don't have any issues at all. So that's a 12-inch or a 14-inch vent. All this stuff comes off of Amazon. This is an industrial strength fan, is all I can tell you. I'll put in any link I can, because this is my 5th fan, I think. So we went through, kept increasing the sizes on fans. It was insane. Kept adding more until we just figured out it just needs enough circulation. So there we go with that. I'm hoping I'm getting all this in here. So this is the plug that we literally, he had to splice it. We did a lot of splicing. We did a lot of changing. This is the exhaust that goes down in through the floor. We cut holes on everything. You can see we got a metal plate around that. My brother's still gonna lock this down into position, and then follow your maintenance directions on your generator, because you'll want to keep that generator going for as long and performing as well as you can, for as long as you can, because they're expensive to replace. Okay, so I think that did it. Let me walk around outside real quick, Luke, so I can show them the vents out here. You gotta hop with me. So this is the exhaust vent that we put on, right, that I just showed you from the inside, and this is the exhaust fan, and it all works great. I would turn it on, it's a little loud, but I promise it all works, I promise. Okay, back up in here. Let's go on to, okay, so then what we also did, let me show you up here. I don't know how he ran, what kind of wires he used. I'm sorry, but I just don't know. I don't know. And I don't have him to help me with this. So you just have to look at your, anything he put down here on these papers, hopefully will help you. So we ran over here, we ran, this is my shoreline, that one I showed you outside, that marine shoreline that we installed that I'll put a link in for. That all came up through here. I gotta pull all this anyway because we're building a wall today up here. I've had a curtain, but the curtain's a pain. It works, but it's a pain. So let me get this off of here. See if we can't get a better look at this for you. This cord. Oh, come on, man. It's coming off today, but I don't want to tear it off because I might actually need it. All right, good as we get here. So here's my shoreline, right? The marine shore coming in from the outside, which comes in through the wall down here. Sorry, but this thing's bolted down too, so I'm not moving my table. Comes in through the wall down there, comes right on over, runs to the shoreline. Now, as soon as I plug in out there, I've got electric here. But he did me one better than that. He ran, no he didn't, this is it. That's the only shoreline I get. But, and then we mounted it to the wall there. Here, this runs from the generator. These are all wires, and I can't tell you what he did. I have no idea. But he ran from that generator, the wiring, so that I could also plug in here. So I just moved my cord, and everything I'm plugged into. This is the cord. Let me see what we got going on here. This is my extension cord. You need a decent extension down here to use to plug stuff into, so you don't, so it doesn't throw it constantly. If it's got too much coming through it, too many volts coming through it, or too many watts, it'll throw it. So make sure you get one that's strong enough. This, I have no idea. To be honest with you, I have no idea. Anything I can find to link in, though, I got this off of Amazon. Anything I can find to link in, I will. This has got an override, so if it does throw, it'll throw it here before it throws it in their home, right? Because I don't want to throw their circuit, never. So it'll throw it here first, and then I just got to hit it back again and figure out why I'm pulling too much energy. Because there's no way for me to know off of this landline. Off of the landline, I have no way to know if I'm pulling too much energy other than through that cord. Now I got everything plugged into this that I can plug in. By the way, I've got my high velocity dryer. I've got my, this is an adapter for my clippers, my charger for my clippers. And this is my Dremel charger. Other than that, I think that's all I got plugged in there, except for this cord. Okay, so this cord, if we follow that back, Luke, and it follows all the way back here behind my tub, I've got that right here. And what I've got plugged into that is my 12-volt battery. I've got my, that would be my 12-volt battery. I've got my pump. No. Hang on, Luke, till I figure out what all is plugged in here. This is my low profile heater if you need one. The system I'm going to show you that you can set up though for plumbing, you won't need a low profile heater. You won't have to worry about your electric going out and things like that. This has got to be one of the chargers to that 12 volts. This, oh, I know what it is. It's my pump pedal for my recirculator. Okay, so that's what I got plugged in there. Let's switch over now to plumbing. Ooh, it's getting a little warm out here. Okay, plumbing. So we started out with, this is I pulled this off of my first unit that crashed and burned. So I got these off of Amazon. These are expensive. You want to get the right one. You want to make sure that it'll work for you, because these things are no joke. And sending them back, you can forget it. If you get the wrong size, it'll cost you more to send it back. They don't do free returns on this kind of stuff. So we did everything we needed to do to this to make any kind of adjustments we had to. So first we get our tub in, right? Now we're going to run our plumbing. All of our plumbing is either done with PVC, either PVC pipes, or we literally piece together like parts of a Polaris hose, things like that. You need some pliable, easy to work with, bendable, right, flexible, some tubing like that. And then you need your hard tubing, which is your PVC. So what we did was we ran the, let me get these out of the way for you. These are just going to be in the way of videoing. So what we did here.
What is that black thing on the water heater?
This is the pump, my water pump. So what I got here is the system comes out of this tub. This line obviously comes from the bottom, so you know that it's filling from water starts up here, drops. That's going to be my lead hose to my pump, which is a flow jet pump. I've had very much success with these pumps. I love them. It's a flow jet pump. It pumps minimum 4.5 gallons of water per minute. The thing about that is that you want to make sure that your water heater, that your pump is strong enough to pump to the heater itself, because if you don't have enough water flowing to it, it can't ignite it anyway. So in other words, if you're going to have a water heater that pumps 4.5 gallons per minute, your water pump darn well better be that efficient also. It's got to manage it. On the back of the, so let's keep on going here. Here's where my water feed comes out of. We used a lot of shark bites. What you're going to see here is something I've done that nobody else has done. And I've done it on every one of my mobiles and it works great. All that this is an antifreeze line. So I'm going to get back to that though. I don't want to start in on that antifreeze line necessarily and show you how to operate it, except for that I'm going to have to while we're doing this. So if this is open, this is my water flow into my water pump. If I want to, this is a diversion line. That's what this is. We cut it in from so that it's got to come in before the pump. This is a way to antifreeze with your RV antifreeze. Luke, do you see that anywhere, the RV antifreeze?
No.
Let me find it. So I'll go ahead and do this for you so you can see how it's done. I gotta find the RV antifreeze, which should have been right here, which is, you might want to just put it on pause now. Oh, to fill your antifreeze line, it's like I said, it's a diversion line we put in, so it's got stopcocks on it. So I can stop the water flow coming out of here, turn that, right? Now I'm not getting any water flow out of here. I want to go ahead and antifreeze my system up because it's going to drop below 32, right? My stuff will freeze. So use RV antifreeze, no other kind. I put it in there. I've got my water stopped. It's got to draw from my antifreeze now. All I do at that point, turn it on and I wait for the antifreeze to flow. And you'll see when it does, as long as I don't run out here, it'll turn pink, but if you can't see it, it'll turn kind of a fuzzy, like bubbly.
Yeah.
Right there.
There we go.
That's it. Now, my whole system is antifreezed up. That means my pump is antifreezed, all my water lines are antifreezed, my heater is antifreezed. It doesn't matter if my electric goes out. It doesn't matter if it drops to 0. I got it. Thank you. So what I am going to do is reverse this now. I'm going to reverse it to show you how to do that. Now I'm starting out in the morning, right? I got to get my system going. I need water again. I need to get the antifreeze out. I'm going to stop cock the antifreeze so it can't pull from there anymore. I'm going to drain this out so I don't make a big mess. I leave all this exposed so I can get to it easy because we have several months of really cold weather here in St. Louis. So I don't want to waste my antifreeze because it's $5 a gallon or something and you're going to use it constantly when it's cold out. So what I've done, save myself time too. I just got 2 of them going, that's all. My system now is going to pull from my tub, from my tank water. I'm going to start redoing my antifreeze, dumping it right back into the same bucket. In case it goes too fast on me, I switch out. That's all I'm doing, just going back and forth, saving myself time. Until I don't see any more antifreeze again. That'll do it. Now I've managed to save my antifreeze. Okay, so that's how you do that system. It's not cold enough, I don't need to antifreeze right now, but I wanted to show you how to do all of that. Alright, so all of that leads into, that's just your diversion hose, right? That's a Polaris hose, by the way. I couldn't tell you the size on all these, I really don't know, but they are all the same size, right? Anyway, so my flow jet, we've got that down, sealed down to the floor. On the back of this flow jet, there's a, I don't know if you can see that little screw right there, Luke. There's a little screw on the back of this. It's hidden by a cap. But I can tell you, you pop that cap off, you don't need that cap. That little screw will adjust the flow in this flow jet. So I literally, as you open the screw, the flow becomes stronger. I leave that screw all the way down, and this screw right here, this one back here. I turn that all the way in and then I start opening it slowly while I'm running my water until I get it adjusted right where I need it. One time, that's all you got to do that when you first get it, or go with it as it is. But I can tell you, as you open that, you'll get more flow. So as you're, over time, when your flow jet starts breaking down on you, cutting down, like not quite keeping up, you can open that screw on that back side a little and watch your temperature on your heater and adjust it that way and get that flow going proper for you so you got enough feed up there. This will turn a 1-year flow jet into a 2-year for you. That's why I'm telling you this. Okay, so here goes my system. My water system's coming in through the bottom. Are you getting this, Luke? Can you see it?
The best I can.
Okay, it helps if you can see it, for sure, because that's the point. Here's my flow in. Here's my flow out. Okay, this comes all the way through. You can see we've used shark bites, corners, everything. Comes all the way through the floor, all the way through here, comes all the way up, and it feeds my line, my shower line in for my tub. And that's what that does. So, let me see if there's any more plumbing. Okay, back here, this is my fill line. This is the fill line from outside. I showed you when we did that walk around. That outside cap, that's my fill line in. We've connected flexible hosing, whatever kind this is, I don't even know anymore. But we connected this black flexible hosing, this corrugated stuff, so that we can get that in attached to. That's where it fills in then at my fill line. You want to use different kind of sealers on the inside that tape, that plumber's tape, and plumber's tape for sure. And then we used a lot of O-rings and things like that to seal it down. We put some bolts in the floor and a tie-down strap around my tank here to keep that in place. And then from here, this is my feed. Oh, this is an overflow line. That's what this is, an overflow line. So when I'm moving, it can spill up out of here. Oh, and it also, because of that overflow line, lets you get air into it, right? Without that overflow line, you won't get any kind of air into this to be able to circulate it. So the overflow line goes right out, comes right up here. Luke, get a good look over here, Luke. Both of these lines go right out. One connects to the back side of the filler cap out there, and the other one connects to the back side of the filler cap also. That's the overflow. right, let's make sure. So then we had to vent the water heater. This is a propane water heater. This is a, let me see here. I got a Camp Lux. Here's the flow jet, sorry. Here's the flow jet pump. That's the one I got. I've been using flow jets for 5 years. I really like them. It's the flow jet. And this is now the Camp Lux. Look, I went a little overboard on the water heater, no joke. You really don't have to do everything I did on this water heater. You can get a smaller version. You don't have to do this. I got aggravated one day. I got really aggravated and I said, you know what, I'm gonna get a heater that works. It was my operating the other heaters. That was the problem. Anyway, so what I wanna tell you though about this heater, and when you do get a heater, make sure that your heater is compatible with your pump. And that doesn't mean they have to be from the same company. It just means they have to be compatible per minute. The pumps per minute, the gallons per minute, they gotta be compatible. So this is a 4.5 gallon per minute water heater. But what my mistake here was that I got 5-inch, it's got a 5-inch exhaust, right? Everything on this is a different size than 4-inch. 4-inch you can get real easy anywhere. 5-inch you gotta order it. It's a big deal. So get yourself a water heater that is, you know, works with 4-inch exhaust, and there's one. Just look them up. I don't have a lot to tell you about water heaters. I've used LG. I think they're LG water heaters, something or another in my other van. I did a little build out video on the other van too, on the Marine van, and so you can check that out too. That's in one of my earlier versions. But I think I talked there on that water heater that I used, and it's a good one. I just couldn't get it again, so I don't know if they quit making them. So anyway, this is what I went with. And read your instructions on your Camp Lux. Just read your instructions, okay? This has got its own propane line coming in also down here. So I don't think I showed you that line, but this runs on a propane also. So that propane feeds it. I leave it turned on all the time. I'm really not worried about leaking propane in here at all. All right, let me make sure we got the plumbing in for you because, oh, okay, so let's go down to the drain on this. The drain under my tub. All we did was connected a drain system. You can see we've used your regular plumbing, piping stuff, whatever. And we've connected that up and I drilled it right through and it goes right through my floor. And just so you know, I dump my water right there on the street. I've had gray water tanks. They're really just such a trashy way to have to work. They really are, because they collect up anything and everything that's going down that tub. They hold it hostage in that tank. You can imagine the smells that come from that. So all I had to do, and all anyone has to do, right? When there's water on our streets, it rains. I don't offend anyone. I've been doing this forever. No one's ever been offended by this. I keep a trap for the hair so that all of my hair stays in and only water goes out. This is my recirculating pump. I did a recirculating video, so you should be able to go back and look at that and see if you're mobile, you need one of these. Just put it together yourself. You need one because you'll save your water and you'll save your rinse a lot. Save yourself time and water. And then now I've run that through. I just literally drug the cord with the foot pedal under here, and that's all I've done. So that is your gray water, right? I don't have one. You want to put one on? Go for it. I did it to another van, my first van. I regretted it. I just regretted it. So I just didn't do it again after that. This is my third van. All right, so we did the plumbing. I think we did the AC. The plumbing. Luke, is there anything you can think of that we might have missed in here? Because this is really a big deal.
Why our water heater is on the wall like that?
Why perhaps it's on the wall? Okay, so you got to keep your water heater up off the ground. Oh, well, so we just got extra straps on here because the water heater kind of dislodged itself. We weren't posted proper, but we're in. So just a couple of things after talking to my brother that I didn't mention in the video that I had missed on this build out is, one of the things is this generator, the electric from the generator. I'm pretty sure it came with the power cord, okay? So there's one massive power cord coming out of this generator. This other one is just an extension cord that I have other things something else plugged into if I need to. But this is the power cord that I'm pretty sure came with the generator. And so that runs through the wall, and that's what feeds all the electric to the circuit box, the circuit breaker box. And in the circuit breaker box, there's two feeds that come out of this. One is, so here's that diagram, but I'm going to get this in just a minute anyway. One is the braided 10-3 that comes from the 30 amp, and that feeds my AC. And the other one is, these are 14 twos. Wait a minute. 14 twos coming out of here, it looks like. So it looks like there's two separate ones. Okay, so he fed two separate ones. 14 twos. Those feed up through here also. And those feed over to here. I want to show you what he did. And I forgot to mention this. Close this lid. We're done with the generator. Over here to these outlets. Those feed my GFCI outlets, which is exactly what you need to put in around water, is the GFCI, is that what they're called? GCIF? Shit. Can you believe I don't know? GFCI, yeah. So that's my generator. So it feeds my generator, those two lines that I just showed you, those 14 twos. He ran one to this. This should be a GFCI, and it's not, but it should have been. This one is a GFCI. What's nice about these is that they'll kick off the circuit when they need to, so that nothing else needs to kick off, and you just come back and reset that. That was one of the things I wanted to tell you about. The other thing is, I'm pretty sure I wanted to let you know you need to bolt everything down. Hey, you need to bolt everything down, and you need to caulk everything. So seal everything up and bolt it down. And I think that was it that I wanted to mention. So like, subscribe, and I appreciate it. Okay, thanks so much. Okay, all that I'm doing here is showing you a close-up of the diagram for the generator supply. I'm really trying to get this down right for y'all. So here, I'm just going to show you that. We're going to move right on down through here, so you can follow that line. I've already shown you all of this, but I want you to get a good look at what we did.
Can I come in there and work?
Yep. Yeah, I'm just recording this little bit here. That's the generator. This is the vehicle and electrical diagram. If you have any questions about any of this, just comment, put it in comments, and I keep up with those pretty good. And I can address any questions you have. I'll just go back to my brother and ask him. That would be the... Oops, sorry. The tub, and then all of that. That must have been for the... That's just the whole vehicle and electrical diagram. Here's the 12-volt battery system.
Is it okay if I come up in there and work?
Yes. So there's that one we just went over, and